Welcome back everyone to the complete Pineleaf. I have made it into the Bonevales in one piece, though while on my way here I was attacked by a few of these whites that are going all over the place, and one of them dropped a sword. This sword bears a striking similarity to those of the Div League wield. You should bring it at once to Blehun at his encampment. Well, here is Blidhoon right here, so we'll see what he has to say about it. Hello there! I found this sword. I fear this bodes ill for us, Devodiad. It appears that there are some among the Div League who have been complicit in raising the whites from their graves. We should warn our allies among the cairns about this foul betrayal. And it is strange to see a Devodiad in these lands. And exactly who are you, and why are you in this forsaken place? Well, I was bringing that sword to you, of course, and I've heard a rumor from the Stag clan that you might be needing help here.
The Techluth have been destroyed. I pray to the Ukhwirad that we will not be next.
You are a Devodiad here. You do not belong here any more than I do, I guess. Among the vales and cairns of the Bonevales, a clan has long dwelt. This clan is called the Div League, accursed in the Westron. They are oathbreakers and are driven into the Bonevales as punishment. Recently, strange occurrences and evil rumblings have been heard from the cairns that have long lain dormant. We'll use search for signs that might explain what is happening here. Journey west from here and see what you can find. When you have found the signs I seek, you should find my friend Charon and deliver the evidence to him. I last saw him heading west through the valley, so I need to examine disturbed piles and remains and all that fun stuff, and that will be in this direction. But we do have these Div League whites to worry about, and of course there's a D for killing them because why not? There's always a D for killing things. Up, and about. And anyway, I'm going to have to fight my way through them if I'm going to find this disturbed piles of earth and these remains, whatever they are. Hopefully it's not remains of a hobbit or the last adventurer that they sent here in order to investigate these things. Someday I do expect that to be the very thing you're finding. You're going to find something terrible, something awful. Yes, the last hobbit that tried to interfere. Be careful. Oh, hello. Disturbed Earth. Why is it pointing me all the way down that way if I was just right next to it? Sometimes the quest tracker says, hello, go this way, go this way, go this way. Yes, I know that. Oh, hello. I find you disturbing. You're disturbing the... Or you're the one who is disturbing the Earth? Yeah, most likely. And probably not planting those taters either. There you go. Now, where is... I think I found it. Right. Taking care of that. And now we also have some remains to find. And I think the remains are all the way down there. Maybe that's what the arrow is pointing to. Yeah, it has to be pointing towards the remains because that's all that's left. What remains are the remains? The deed log says I need to complete 30 quests in the Bonevales. Good grief, that's a lot. Here are the remains. Hmm. Not exactly the prettiest remains I've seen. But then, remains aren't exactly noted for being pretty.
Greetings. Will you remain here long?
Ah! It appears, Pineleaf, that we have another Devoniad in our lands. In these troubled times, sadly, outsiders seem to be the people that are most willing to give us aid. If you must know, it appears as if the honored dead have been twisted and are now stirring from their cairns. Yuck. But what else is new? What do we need to do about that?
Hear me out, Devodiad, for I have a tale to tell.
Recently, a large army was gathered within the Bonevales, poised to attack the Algrey clans of Enidwaith. However, Yorath, a grey Thraneen among the clans, summoned the warriors south to Wolf's Clefts to ready an attack against the accursed Strawheads. Following the withdrawal of their forces, Treherne, reigning of the Dave League, began attacking all those who would assist outsiders like yourself. My band was scattered throughout the valley. Will you seek out those who survived the attack and assist them if possible? Travel east and look among the rocks and hills for my companions. When you have found them, return to Bledhoon and let him know that we are safe. Very well, I need to find Eluned and Glunder. Eluned and Glunder. Very well. Eluned and Glunder. Just hope that Eluned isn't dead. I found Glunder.
You are welcome here, as long as you do not trouble us.
Charon sent you to find me? I do not understand what's happened. Will you please let any of my companions you've come across know that I escaped the Dilvig's attack unscathed? Thank you, Devoniad. You're welcome. And then one more this away. And I think I found Ianed. Hi there.
Evil things stir in the night.
Charon sent you? Then we shall speak. We have a peaceful arrangement with the Dilvig at one time. We would bring them goods, and they would allow us to pass unimpeded northwards. Ever since the warriors marched to Wolf's Cleft, the Dave League had become increasingly hostile to those they saw as Devoniad, as outsiders. They attacked our band, and we were taken unawares. Only a small number of us survived. So they had a little understanding that became very misunderstood, apparently. Well, we better get back and report the results. And it looks like is very close at hand. Hello? I'm glad to hear that some of our band survived the Div League's brutal attack. I swear that the treachery of the Div League shall not go unpunished. Let's see. A white feather. Good grief. And I guess we'll just have to take that because the rewards are still not great. And what's next?
Do not speak the names of evil things, for you will call them.
Our encampment was made on a hill to the south of here. The Divlig struck when we were unaware, taking some captive and slaying many. We shall make them pay for their treachery. We return to our camp and defeat the Divlig who attacked our people. Travel southeast of the hill and follow the path along the ridge, defeating the Divlig you encounter, and then return to me. So, kill 8 Divlig Dunlendings, alright. And
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devodiad.
When certain clans among the Dunlending people capture a territory, they place standards there to announce their victory. When our encampment was overrun, the Dave League raised their standards there in honor of their victory. Will you seek out these standards, destroy them, and defeat any of the Dave League's captains that you encounter there? Go south, follow the trail to the hilltop where our camp once stood. So you have to go on top of the hill, and
The Tukluth have been destroyed. I pray to the Ukwirad that we will not be next.
well, the Dave League seem to be making a good try at it. Pineleaf, my companions each carried a sigil to signify our allegiance with our clan. When my companions fell in the attack, many of these sigils were taken. We attempt to recover the sigils from the Dunlendings up top the hill. Very well, I'll go there. We shall leave at once, and I presume that's the hill right up there? Well, I'll find out when I get to the top, I guess. That looks like the best way up the hill, and it looks like I found one of the Thieves League warriors. Let's deal with him. There you go. Might as well deal with the standards. We got one of the sigils back. That's good. Then slowly, piece by piece, we take the standards. We'll take the Div League. Now, interesting that they all went. So the main warriors went to Wolf's Cliff. So these are. What exactly is their status if they're. Well, they're not warriors. Because if the warriors all went down south, then. Obviously, then they're not the warriors themselves. So what is it? Are they sort of the home guard of the Diovig, and they decided, let's show that. Let's show how tough they are while they're away. The home guard decided to do a little bit of extra than that. And here is Saul, whoever is in charge of this area. Hello there. Let's see, what else do I have here? I need 2 more sigils. I also have a number of these, whatever they're called, that I need to deal with, and I need to take a few more sigils. Then I will be able to return back to camp, and of course receive, inevitably, another assignment. I've returned from my little bout of revenge. The defeat of the Div League on the hill will show their brethren that we will not go quietly from this place. We'll defend our right to trade with whom we wish. Very well. Now that their standards have been destroyed and their captains defeated, the Div League will know that we are not to be trifled with. Well, that's good to know. Make sure there isn't. But no, this is going to be like the rewards we had at the Stag Clan. In other words, not particularly useful for the long term. Unless, of course, I find some good piece of cosmetics. You have done me a great service, Devoniad. The cowards will not sully the memory of those who stood beside me in honor. Very well. So what next?
The old woman of the mountain says we should not trust Devoniad.
The whites and the movements of these Dievli pose a growing threat to the clans of Dunland. Several of our allies are located in Echad Neglach, the camp of a northern Devoniad like yourself, and the southern border of the Bonevales. Will you bring word to them and warn them of the danger that the evil ones pose? Travel south along the road, then turn due east and travel east to Echad Naglak, which I presume when he says a Devonian like yourself, I think they're talking about a ranger camp. That would make sense.
The Techluth have been destroyed. I pray to the Ukwirad that we will not be next.
Among the cairns of the southwest, the bodies of those that have long lain in eternal rest have begun to stir and rise up from the graves. I would know what evil causes this to happen. Perhaps if you examine the cairn entrances, you might find some evidence of the power behind this abomination. Will you do this for me? Journey south and then west through the valley. Alright, fine. Let's examine cairn entrances.
Many foul things dwell in the shadows. I fear wolves will be the least of our troubles.
Within the past moon, our ancestors have begun to rise from their resting place here in the Bonevales. These once great heroes' bodies have been twisted and corrupted and attack those who still draw breath. If you journey south and west into the valley, you'll come across these terrible wights. I've already killed some of them. Yes, then defeat more of them if you would, for such an abomination should not be permitted to continue. So I need to kill 8 whites as I check the entrances. I'm not going to worry about speaking to Hall yet because that will be in the ranger camp, where it'll be nice and safe for a change instead of out in the middle of a place that has several Deovig and several whites and several other nasty things. I think this is one of the entrances I need to check out. There you go. And here we are. Examine entrance number 3. So I think the bit about it being a disturbed entrance tells me that all is not well there. Oh, there's the second one. I had forgotten where the various entrances were. So I suppose the first time I did this, I wouldn't have known in any case. Probably ran all over the place cluelessly. Alright, that's 2 of them. So now, where is the third one? Up here? Or somewhere else? Well, it is up here. So it looks like I just need to kill a few more whites. Check out the third entrance right here. And does that mean that I'll be ready to return? Yeah, let's check out. I am going to kill many more whites. Yes. I've checked out those cairns for you. When the whites first emerged from their graves, I had hoped someone had simply crept into the cairns and removed their bodies. However, it appears that if these cairns were disturbed from the inside, I fear what this might mean for the interred. Yikes. And I killed some whites. Unlike the Lich Bluffs to the north, this place has always remained undisturbed. Until now. We must discover what has caused the whites to walk among us. Well, that's a good question. Well, of course, I've got a better javelin already, so I'll have to just take that. And that is it for this little area. So when we return for the next episode, I'll meet you at the ranger camp. Ichad Naglok when we return for the next episode of the Complete Pineleaf.